Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Play. Today we're taking a look at Darktide, the miniature game. And this is a standalone 1 to 4 player, 30 to 60 minute, age 12 plus game from Games Workshop. And I'm pretty excited about this. I think Games Workshop, honestly, should make more cooperative games. I think from like the gaming culture point of view, their hyperfixation on competitive play could be offset by having more offerings like this where it's you and your friends against the game, because then everybody wins or everybody loses collectively, and there isn't this tension of like going and doing things that make you better than their opponent, right?
And I think it reduces some of the I need to buy everything.
Yeah,
it's I have one box that's fun that I can paint up over time, and then when my friends are over, we're having a party or whatever, toss that out. I mean, it's a weird party game, but
well, it's not a weird party game if you have planned to do this, but it's definitely a pseudo RPG light take on the looter shooter genre that Darktide is. And I'm excited you're here because you've actually played Darktide.
Yeah,
I never got to play Darktide. I played the shit out of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
which is basically what Darktide is.
Yeah, very Left 4 Dead inspired. Yeah,
but except you get the thing with Left 4 Dead was narratively really strong because they had great voice actors. And they kind of stitched together each of the levels into the story of these people traversing the countryside or whatever. Same with Left 4 Dead 2, which had Hugh Dillon, the lead singer of the Headstones, doing a voice of like a gambling man, like a gambit character, which is kind of cool. And so that like idea of you're traversing a space to try to get somewhere is translated into here. So what did you think of the video game, and what was your expectation going into this based on that?
So I like the video game was very fun for like brief bursts. I think that they captured Warhammer extremely well. I felt
the look and feel,
felt grimdark, felt spooky.
It had like that Caiaphas Cain like subversive humor to it though. Yeah, where like you're all dirtbags. Aren't you all called rejects? It's like you guys are rejects.
Yeah, so you're all prisoners of the Inquisition who are forced into some form of.
You get your Suicide Squad. You get the bomb in your neck and you have to go do whatever it is you're gonna do.
Yeah, and I think there's some positivity there, but then it really just became like a store simulator. So it was very Games Workshop. It was buy, and. I think it kind of burned itself out because of that. Not enough new game types, too much new skin.
Right. New like, not enough like new things to do, more just like ways to look while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like there's popular models for that, like Fortnite, but because Fortnite also introduces brand new ways to play the game, every time they introduce a new store thing, you don't feel it as much, because even if you're never going to buy anything, you still get something new to do each time that you can like, grind through and play. You've played Fortnite. I kind of like I observe Fortnite through my kids, right? Where I get to see it like on the back half, and I'm like, oh, I don't need to get you V-Bucks all the time because you can just play the game and do whatever. Yeah. My sister weirdly plays Fortnite with cash all the time, and
I am as mature as a child.
Yes,
so it helps.
You have more in common with my 9-year-old than you do with me at this point, which is
100%.
So Darktide, the miniature game. My one thing I will say, and you can see the GMG review of this as well, is that this thing is ripe for two things. One, expansion. Because you could keep adding bad guy cards to this almost indefinitely and mission types. I really hope this gets supported in White Dwarf. And also customization. This is a great 4-player. We all convert a character of the archetype of the character, bring our own miniature into it, play with our own miniature, feel like we're doing a Warhammer Quest style thing. And this first offering gives us, I think it's like 12 missions, and each one is like 3 scenes that you play through each time.
Yeah.
And the Let's Play today, we're going to do mission number 1. So mission number 1, it's 6 missions. Each one's at least 3 scenes. That's 18 games, tiles that you basically play through initially. And you can randomize or you can play them sequentially. And sequentially kind of tells the story of the video game, whereas randomly would be like a pickup game where you pick up and play, but you don't necessarily carry your stuff through.
Yeah.
So there is like a mild in-between like thing where you like rest and recuperate and recover, see how much damage you take, and then the aftermath you also can find new gear that's permanent, whereas in between scenes you can loot gear that's semi-permanent that you don't get to keep in your stash. So there is like the characters are archetypes, they don't really change, but a lot like a Left 4 Dead, your guns make you better, what you find makes you better, and so your gear up options make you better, and having more options gives you more flexibility to find like the combos that are powerful. What was cool was nothing was gear tied either.
Yes.
So like you could just give any gear to anybody if you wanted, but it made more sense on like the certain archetypes that you could have, which kind of feels Diablo-y.
It felt better that way.
Yeah, for a looter shooter, like you're a barbarian, but you find the paladin's item and then you can like trade it or give it off or whatever. So if there's multiple people playing, you get more options.
Yeah. And it's entertaining to imagine like an Ogren picking up some sort of priestly offering and just kind of cradling it in his giant hands and being a goofball with it.
This feels like the perfect opportunity to have something really cool and compelling in White Dwarf month to month that adds just the new, like this feels like what they did with Space Hulk in the 80s and 90s, where Space Hulk gave you new Space Hulk tiles, new missions to play through. You could get a lot of miles out of this if they bother to support it. I really hope they do. So we'll share the table, we'll share the missions that come in. We're going to play through mission number 1 this Let's Play. Conveniently, a lot of the models that are in here, all of them are repurposed from other things. So like you get the Katie and Kazarkin miniature on a sprue with an Ogren, which is kind of neat. So that's like one new sprue. And then you get a sprue with the 2 Blackstone Fortress characters, which is the Zealot and the Psyker. I think it's the Blood Pacty style miniatures are there's a different name for them, but they're basically just like the rogue troopers from Kill Team are your Traitor Guardsmen, and then you get the good old Poxwalkers from Dark Imperium. So we'll share the table, we'll share the models, and we'll get this going. All right, so here we are fully laid out to play some Darktide. You can see I've got the unpainted examples, because literally I had all these miniatures painted. So unpainted examples of the character models, as well as the Poxwalkers. I've left these guys on the sprues. You can see they do come on full colored sprues. And because we don't need the full collection of guardsmen for the first mission, which is still 3 scenes, I've just got some of my Blackstone Fortress Traitor Guard that are armed and equipped the same way to stand in. We've got our board tiles. So these are all double-sided, which means there's 8 sides in total. And then the missions will give you the layouts for your board tiles for each mission. They're all designed to represent sort of the what is the planet called in
Mobius?
The Mobius traitor, I guess command centers and streets. And then we've got terrain tiles, and they alternate between impassable, which are all blocked with red, to hard to move through, like difficult terrain, which are marked in yellow. So if you go through this side into a tile, through any of these access, it's only 1 movement point, whereas if you go through this, it counts as 2 moves to go through the yellow. Then we get tons of tokens, our wound trackers for our cards, our activation counters, which flip activated, not activated. They're a lot like Kill Team markers. These are gear spend tiles, so if you have equipment that uses this symbol, you push this into the arena when you activate it, or if you have abilities that do it. And there's a spot to put it on the card to see if it's active or inactive. We get dice, just regular D6s for the game. Our rule book, which is pretty handy and actually well laid out, and gives you like a where to go next into Kill Team, because you do technically get most of a Kill Team out of this box set right here with the Mobius Guardsman. We get our line of sight ruler to see line of sight, which is between hexes. If you can go middle of the hex and not have it go over a line between a model or a red line, then it's not blocked. And then we get wound counters, lots and lots and lots of wound counters. I found we haven't used very many, to be honest, because you don't need them for your guys at all, because you have your sliding wound scales, and then you do, I guess, maybe have bigger wound things later on. It feels like maybe it's future-proofing, but it's like 1 or 3 wounds to mark on your models. These, which are objective markers, which can potentially be laid out in the arena. And then we have 2 decks of cards. We have ability cards, which we've got right here for each of the individual classes. So you have Veteran, Psyker, Ogren, and Zealot. And then you've also got equipment cards, which is 1 singular equipment deck. So normally when you play like a one-off pickup game, you would pick 2 from these decks and assign them each to your characters. We're going to randomly deal them. We're going to procedurally generate our characters. So I'm playing the Veteran and the Psyker. You're playing the Zealot and the Ogren, and we'll just deal these out, and we'll randomly deal equipment too. And we'll trade if we want, but we'll basically have a pool of 8 equipment cards we can hand out to the group. And then each of our guys will get 2 random skills. The sort of like future goal of the game is to collect more permanent equipment that you can apply to your guys, and then have access to different skills. But every game, you're only going to have 2 of each equipped. So it's really just your options that are expanding to try and complete the mission. That's the sort of the core leveling of the game. Our resources, let's talk a little bit about the sort of foundation of the rules. So there's a lot in common in this rule, and you'll see this during the GMG review with Kill Team. And actually, this weirdly is a lot like the Fire Team game, which was a Barnes & Noble exclusive that was kind of based on the Kill Team mechanics, but used a hex system and pre-built kill teams to play through. So everyone gets 2 actions. The action mechanic is very much like the the one from Kill Team, where you can move, you can shoot, you can fight, and you can dash. So normal move is you can move 3 hexes. That's why there's no movement stats on the cards. Dash is 1 hex. Pass means you don't do anything. And then shoot and fight are resolved exactly like in Kill Team. So shoot is, you're going to roll your stats. So Hotshot Volley Gun has 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Every hit, which is a dice roll of 3 or more, is going to be 3 damage. Every crit, which is a 6+, is going to be 4 damage. They can have triggerable special rules as well. Defense rolls are all the same. All of the Kill Team members have a 4+ defense roll, rolling 3 dice. All of the bad guy models have a dice roll of 5+, trying to succeed, and successes will cancel each other out. So a success on the defense roll will cancel a hit, a critical on the defense roll will cancel a crit, and you total damage exactly the same way as in Kill Team. Combat works exactly the same as in Kill Team as well. You're going to roll your melee stats, so a gun butt here would be 3 dice on 4s, 2/3 damage, and the active model will then decide to either hit or parry. Bad guys only do hits, and you go back and forth until one side dies or you've applied all the damage in melee. Most of the Poxwalkers only do melee. Obviously, that's going to be a big deal, as they're bait. You're trying to kill them as fast as possible before they do a bunch of damage to you, and you're kind of just sponging up the damage. You apply damage to your damage tracker, and that's it. Everything else that's an action is typically an ability. Core mechanics are pretty simple, but once you start mixing in all the special abilities, you're going to get more and more stuff that can become possible, basically, as you unlock new and unique actions for the Kill Team members. Occasionally, bad guys can have additional actions too. So let's look at a bad guy card. The bad guy cards are a lot like the hero cards. You've got your damage total. For a Poxwalker, they only do melee. They get 4 attacks hitting on 4s, doing 2/3 damage. And their behavior is, you try and do which of these is the most possible. So if they're already able to fight, they'll fight first, and they'll make a pass action. If they can't fight yet, they'll make a normal move and then fight. And if they can't do either, they do a normal move and they only pass. They never dash because they're zombies, right? They're slow. And then they have Poxwalker and Darktide as their keywords. You feel that because we have Darktide, Moby, and Chieftain, you're going to get new bad guy packs that have a different keyword. They wouldn't bother to include these keywords, I think, if they weren't going to expand this game. So for instance, the Mobius Chieftain, he has the special rule like Disciplinarian. If this operative is in the kill zone while this or another Mobian operative is making a shooting attack, and the roll attack dice step, reroll one of the failed hits. So he gets to like augment the other dudes who are in the game. We're not going to see him in this first mission though. It's just going to be, or sorry, first stage of the first mission. It's just Poxwalkers. Like I said, single game, you pick 2 cards of each and you apply them to your guys and you play through any mission you want that you randomly select. We're going to do campaign mode though. Campaign mode, we just do the same thing. We improve and gear up, not in the first game though, but we'll do it in between each of the sessions. So starting off with the single game mode, which is also used in campaign, we're going to deal out 2 abilities. So my veteran's going to get 2 abilities. He's going to get, oh, that's the Psyker one. I put the dex down wrong. So the Psyker's going to get Vortex as an ability, and then Psyker upgrades Surge. So she has 2 psychic powers, which are weapons, right? So they use an action just like anything else. And so she can do a Vortex, which is 5 attacks on 3+, 2/4 damage. With the Blast rule, while this operative is making a shooting attack with his weapon, each time an attack dice that inflicts damage also inflicts half damage on every operative adjacent. So she's good at fighting mobs. And then Surge, it's a 4 attack, 3+, 3/4 damage. And then Surge is, while this operative is making a shooting attack with his weapon, after rolling your attack dice, if you retain any hits, you can move the target and each Darktide opposite adjacent up to 1 hex. So basically you're going to push people around. You have like a push Hadouken. My veteran's going to get Fusillade. This operative can afford a second shoot action during its activation if the target's no more than 4 hexes away. So you can like rapid fire up close. That's pretty rad. And then Battlefield Savvy. While this operative's in cover and a shooting attack is made against it, you can retain 1 additional dice as a successful critical save as a result of cover. Ogren, let's see what he gets.
Oh, that's the equipment deck.
We'll do those in a second. We'll just deal out 8.
The first Ogren upgrade is Protector. Once per activation deck, when another friendly Kill Team operative adjacent to this operative is selected as the target of a combat shooting attack, you can use this ability. If you do so, swap those operatives around, and this operative becomes the target instead. So
basically, if someone's standing next to you, you can soak it up. And that's cool because the Ogren has more wounds than everybody else. Everybody has 10 wounds except him. He has 15.
Oh, yeah. And then we got Lugger. This operative can have a maximum of 3 equipment cards for the game instead of 2.
That's rad.
And you can place the equipment card over this card just for tracking.
So basically, one of your skills becomes an equipment card instead. And then what do we get for the Zealot?
It's Pyromaniac. This operative's Flamer gives the following special rule. While this operative is making a shooting attack with this weapon, each attack dice that inflicts damage also inflicts half damage, rounding up, on every Darktide operative adjacent.
Amazing. So you blast, basically.
Yeah, so no more than 4 targets from this operative. So you're able to do same sort of crowd control.
Yeah, yep.
Followed by Reap. Same thing, but with your train sword.
So you're just a complete like wild thing of destruction now. Let's deal with 8 equipment cards, because like you're supposed to select, but for starting a campaign, it feels like we would just be dumped into the kill zone with a bunch of random gear. So let's just deal them out and see what's up.
So for the Psyker, they're gonna get.
Oh no, we'll do it in a pile and then we'll equip it. So like just say what the Quartermaster gets us, right? So we'll just do 8 in a row.
Combat Stim.
Cool.
Crack Grenades.
Ooh.
Priestly Blessings.
Ooh, I think that's gonna get your Zealot.
Oh yeah. Pilgrim's Relic.
Cool.
Multi-flak layers. Frag Grenade, and then 2 more. Smoke Grenade, and Rejuvenate Syringe.
Cool. Okay, so like we've got a healing item. We've got multi-layer flak. So obviously I think the Pilgrim's Relic and the Priestly Blessing would go on your Zealot, obviously.
Oh yeah.
We know the Pilgrim's Relic is ignore 1 hit once per game. What's the Priestly Blessing do?
When this operative is fighting in combat, if the roll attack dice, or in the roll attack dice step, you can re-roll any 1 attack dice. Note that this can be this operative or a Darktide operative's attack dice. So
nice.
You can
just force a reroll, basically.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So you can force a reroll and you can ignore a hit on the Zealot, which is pretty rad. We've got crack grenades and frag grenades. We've got combat stim, which is I think a melee thing.
Yes, the combat stim is once per battle phase. When this operative is activated, you can use this equipment. If you do so, it can perform 1 additional action during that activation. So you can go up to 3 instead of 2 activations.
I feel like maybe we give that to the Ogren.
I think that makes sense.
Because then you can just go crazy.
Oh yeah.
And then multi-layered flak, that's I think you reroll defense dice when you're getting shot at.
Yes, and that would make the most sense for the veteran.
Yeah, because he's already wearing multi-layered flak. And then we've got frag grenades, crack grenades, smoke grenades. And you can see here the smoke grenades is once per game, so you got your little token on it.
Yep.
And the Rejuvenate Syringe to heal somebody. I think, honestly, we give the Rejuvenate Syringe also to the Ogren, so he can just pump himself full of leeches and cocaine.
Absolutely.
Just to, like, feel better, because he has the most wounds. And because he has the most wounds, he's also the most likely to get to somebody with that double action to go use it if they need it.
And he becomes a gigantic tank.
And he becomes a gigantic tank, yeah. I'm going to say we give the crack grenade to the... Actually, he has the ability to crowd control, yeah. So we'll do the crack grenade on the veteran, and then the frag and smoke on the Psyker, because she can like protect herself that way. Token goes into a hex that's in the line of sight within 4 until the end of the battle phase. The hex is in heavy terrain for the purpose of line of sight. So you basically can block a hex for being able to see. So you can put like the thing here, it'd be super hard to see in between these things, or here, so you just can't see along this side of the train at all. Affect enemy movement and stuff, which is super handy. The other one's just attacks, right? So this is like a range 4, hit 1 person for tons of damage. This one's a blast. The gear up. Now, in between steps, we'll get to the in between, but the recover and improve in between your phases of the game will be between missions. So after each game, remove all damage from kill team operatives that weren't incapacitated, but you only take D6 plus 5 off anybody that died during the mission. When he dies during the mission, stays dead for the next scene. So you don't carry forward between each step. The recover only happens between each round. Ranking up is basically you get to draw more cards the better you do each mission, and then you get to keep 1 at the end of each mission's like completion. You get to, we're going to use D12s just to track this, but every time you kill a bad guy during the game, you get a point. The person with the most kills at the end of the mission, they're ranked number 1. They get to draw 4 cards and then keep 1. Rank 2 is 3 and keep 1. Rank 3 is 2 and keep 1. And then rank 4 is as 1 and keep 1. And you can draw any mix of your personal upgrades and equipment cards. Always going to have these cards as our pool to start off with. So we get to now set up a mission. The mission map key is any starting hex is marked by the Inquisitional symbol. Darktide spawning hex, if new characters come on, is always going to be marked 2. Heavy terrain, light terrain, any objectives will be marked with this, and enemy starting positions for the Darktide guys will be on that. Exit edge will be marked with a red line. So mission 1 is 3 stages, round 1, round 2, and round 3. It's called Cleanse. In their initial actions to uncover the fate of Cold Iron Stack, which is where we're at right now, it's basically like a mining rig. Kill teams in service of the Inquisitor have run foul of packs of rotten poxwalkers. The mission is to root out heresy, and within these nests of mutants is the worst kind. The agents must purge the bloated filth before they can amass an overwhelming number. So round 1, we scouted outlying hablocks and industrial holdings at the mines before mobs of walking corpses make an appearance in an abandoned manufactorum. The poxwalkers attack as soon as the kill team steps foot within the huge building. The tide must be held back as more emerge from the dark, and step by step the agents must force their way forward. So you've already set up the map here, and you can see here where all of our hexes are going to be. Our starting hexes are along that short edge, and there's a poxwalker in each of these locations. You'll see there's 6 poxwalkers on the table at the start. So first the board's laid out. We have all of our blocks, our heavy terrain, and then all of our poxwalkers down. And now basically every edge hex is going to have a dude in it. And we'll deploy. It gets a marker to say they're not activated yet, and they get flipped when they are activated. And now we build our activation deck, so the turn's about to begin. Activation deck's real simple. It's basically you take a card from the activation deck pile that matches the model on the board, and you build that deck. You don't have to worry about models matching the Inquisitorial Agent cards, because those guys can activate in any order you want. You're in control of them because you're all cooperating. But there will be like a commensurate card for every miniature that's in the box. Ideally, they're all numbered too, so if you want to use your own miniatures, just number the models and you don't have to worry about it. So all of the poxwalkers are numbered 1 through 6. All of like the troopers are numbered 1 through I think 7, and then like the specialist guys are the specialist guys. Activation-wise, we flip our first activation card, and when we go through this battle deck, we keep going. So number 5 is going to be Chain Dude. And what is his order of operations? He's trying to fight and pass. He can't do that. Then normal move and fight. He's not within 3 hexes, so he can't do that. So he's just going to do a normal move and pass. And he's going to go towards the first thing he can see that's closest. And I actually don't think he can see anybody. He can't see him. He can't see her. He can't see her because all of these red lines are going through a red hex. So he's just going to move towards the closest by count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be the closest. So 1, 2, 3 is his move. Activate him twice by accident because his card's been drawn already. So then we flip again on the battle deck. And it's Mr. Clubs, who's over here. He can't see anybody. Oh no, he can see these guys. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3 towards them. Again. Oh, we're just getting all the poxwalkers today. All right, so again, he can't see anybody because he's right up against that thing. So closest target by hex count. And then another card gets flipped. Oh my God, everybody's going before us. Okay. So that's gonna be Sordo over here. And he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. It's just all the boxwalkers today. All right, the Axeman, he's right here. Now, he actually is in range to attack, and this model is closest, so he's gonna go 1, 2, and then make a fight action. Kill team, he has 4 dice. They need 4 pluses to hit, doing 2, 3 damage. I get to fight back with my veteran, who has 3 attacks on 4 plus, doing 2, 3 damage. Pat these up. So you're gonna roll yours first. And then we line them up. So you get to go, the Poxwalker gets to activate first. He has a 5 and a 4, which is 2 hits. So you can apply a hit to me, and that's gonna be 2 damage, because it's not a critical hit. So I'm gonna go down to 8. Then I can apply a hit to him, or I can parry. I'm just gonna parry, so I don't take any more damage. Never parry unless they have a special roll on the card that says they do, but I take a minimum of damage here and don't just get obliterated for 4 points the first turn. All right, next activation card is an agent. So we get to pick who wants to go first. I kind of got sassed there. So could you get this guy off me so I can obliterate these guys with a double shot with my las rifle? It'd be great.
Sure can. Probably want to do that with the flamer.
I do feel like that would be great. You could charge in and go in melee, or you could just stand in flame. I feel like if you stood in flame, then you could move again afterwards.
If I stood in flame, I could actually flame this whole group.
You could do that too.
Yeah, that might work.
Cool.
And leave you to fight for your own.
Okay.
That feels accurate.
I like that we're already not cooperating.
That's how it works.
Yeah, this sounds like the most Travis and Ash game already.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. So the flamer
Can you help me? Nah, dog.
No, I can't. No. No. I had too much coffee.
That's right.
Flamer is going to be 5 attacks on a 2+.
And it has a special rule. The range is maximum 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, and you can't shoot this hex because there's a block between the red thing, but you can definitely shoot him. And you can use your blast ability with the Pyromaniac to affect everybody nearby.
Yep. So we'll roll that on the 2+, and it is a crit and 3 hits.
All right, so then 3 defense dice on 5+ for the initial target. 1 is going to cancel a hit, so we'll cancel a hit. And then you get to apply 1 critical, which is 3 damage to this guy. Then half damage to both these guys, so 1 each. So you're going to put 3 on him from the damage pile. Yep. And then the 1 on each of these guys.
It says rounding up.
Oh, so it's 2 on each of these guys now.
Yes.
Perfect. And then the second one is going to be a hit, which is 2 damage. So he'll go to 5. And then these guys which go to 3. So we'll just flip one of these. And then it's the same thing again. He's going to go to 7 and almost be dead. And these guys will take 1 more and go to 4. You would have cooked most of them.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a second action still.
Yeah, the second action, I believe, you can't repeat an action
No.
unless you have a special rule.
Skill. Yeah, unless you have a
So I think that kind of leaves me in a little bit of a lurch.
You just move.
Yeah, probably just gonna go ahead and take a step forward, just to try to goad in a little bit more threat.
Perfect. Then we're gonna go with this fella, and he's gonna go 1, 2, 3 with a move. Oh no, wait, we have to draw. I think all the poxworkers are gone now.
Yep. So it will be
us. Okay, so I'm gonna choose to go this time. I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So I'm no longer adjacent because there's nothing saying I can't move out of line of fire stuff. I'm gonna start blasting this guy. Use my fusillade, but I don't have 2 actions anymore, so I'm just gonna shoot, I guess, with my hotshot volley gun. Yeah, hotshot volley gun. So it's 5 shots, 3+, 3/4 damage, and I'm gonna shoot the least wounded guy who's in line of sight because his hex is not blocked by the red line. On 3s, I'm gonna get 2 hits because this is not going well, and then you save on 5s and just block them all. He's all done then, and so is she, and then it's the next activation. All right, the last of the Hammer Bros, which is right here. So that's gonna be 1 and then stab.
Yep.
Very good in melee. So he will get to go first. He gets 4 attacks on 4s because he's a poxwalker, so 4 attack dice on a 4+. That's a lot, and then you get to hit back, but you're on 3s.
Yep.
I think 4 dice as well.
3 attacks.
In melee. Oh, but it does tons of damage.
Yes.
And you can use that reap ability.
Yes. So I'm going to pretty much immediately.
Well, you're going to get hit first for 3.
Yes.
The active model goes first, so that poxwalker hits you for 3.
Oh yeah.
And then you can hit back for 4, which will then immediately kill him because he only has 4 health left. And also because of reap, do damage to this guy.
Yep. So it's half damage.
Okay.
On, I don't know if it spills over. It just says each attack dice that inflicts damage also inflicts half damage. So only 1 inflicted.
Because that's gonna.
So it'd be 2 damage.
That's right. So we pull his card out now from the deck, and then he takes 2. Next activation, which is an operative. So you can go with your Ogren.
Sure. The Ogren will do a 1, 2, and a 3. Just immediately getting into it.
Start blasting.
And just start punching with the oversized bayonet.
That's fair.
So this is 4 attacks.
Imagine getting hit by that thing. It'd be terrifying.
It's not good.
It's not good, no.
4 attacks on a 3-up.
Okay. So a crit and 2 hits, and then it's going to be the same on 4s. So a crit and a hit. But you're going first, so how much is your critical damage?
5.
So that's going to kill either of these. Who are you attacking? Doesn't really matter.
That one was the wounded one. That's the one I wanted to hit.
Well, he's super dead.
Yep.
And that will end that combat sequence because he can't strike back because of being exploded.
Yep.
All right, and then it's just the last card's got to be my operative. This will end the combat deck. So I have my Psyker, and this mission ends as soon as all the poxwalkers are dead, but 1 will return every turn. So I kind of want to think about where I want to be in the future, and who do I want to try and kill. I have Vortex with Blast, or Psyker with Surge. I think I'm going to fire with Surge. No engagement problem, so I'm going to use my Surge ability. 4 dice on 3s with 3/4 damage, and I can push you afterwards as well. So 4 dice on 3s, use Psych Power. That's going to be a crit and 3 hits. So you get to roll your 3 defense dice on 5s.
1 save.
1. So you're going to take 3 damage. Sorry, 4 damage, then 3 damage, and 3 damage, just 10 damage.
That's going to pop this one?
He just gets evaporated. Let's keep track of our kills. So I've killed 1 with the Psyker. I've killed 1 with the Veteran, and then you've killed 1 each, I think, with... Or you just killed 1 with the Ogren.
You just one with the Ogren, yeah.
You didn't quite kill 1 with the Zealot. It's the end of the turn. So what happens is, at the end of the round, all of our activation markers flip, and we rebuild the battle deck with +1. So in the spawn point, a random Poxwalker comes back on. So pull all the cards that are dead, and then whichever one we feel like putting back on will spawn here. So Hammerman,
is this a grenade guy?
That's like Chain Man. Everyone sit out until they can spawn next round. But as soon as all the Poxwalkers are dead, we basically cleared the doorway into the next room. All right, so it's looking like a new activation round. So we shuffle out those deck real good and start acting. We reset. Next one. Okay,
Hammer time.
Hammer time. So he's just gonna move. He can do nothing except for move towards us, and he doesn't dash because he's a zombie. And it's an operative. All right, who wants to go?
I feel like it would be nice to have the Ogren smash away.
And the Ogre does love to. He can smash, then shoot even.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll activate him.
Okay, he's gonna make a stab.
Yep, he'll make his...
I imagine he sticks the guy with the bayonet and then shoots through his body at the next guy.
Ideally,
that's the cinematic I'm hoping for here.
Ideally, yes. So we got our 4 attacks.
Okay,
I need one more die.
Oh, sorry, I'm grabbing all of this.
And then it's on a 3+ for the oversized bayonet.
And it's a 4+ for the Poxwalker. So you get a crit.
Which will
just obliterate that guy again, because you do 5 damage on a crit, so this guy just dies.
Take no damage in return.
He applies none of his hits in return, that's right. So he just goes away.
On my gun, so range 1, 2, 3, I'm within range.
So the Ripper gun gets kicked off.
Yep, that's 4 attacks on a 4+.
He's not a great shot.
No.
He shoots really big bullets. You get Hellboy rules here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then 3 defense dice on 5s, but he needs a 6 to block any of that. Doesn't even add up to 6. So what's your high damage?
5 damage.
So 5 on him, and he'll be 3 left. The Ripper gun just fires like pop can size bullets. Now mark another kill for the Ogre, getting his murder streak. And it's another flip for activation. Operative engaged. Okay, well then. Are there ranges on my psychic powers? There really aren't, but I can't see anybody right now. So I feel like we go with the Guard Veteran. But he can't, he's got this thing in the way from being able to move and shoot, unfortunately. He needs to be sitting still to do this properly. He's already activated, which means he's gonna move towards us and he's gonna move towards us at some point. So, and I want everyone to clump together. So I think what I do is I actually move to here and then I shoot this guy in the back. And I go 1, 2, 3, because then the Zealot maybe can do some work. I'm gonna shoot him. Shots on 3s. That's gonna be a crit and 3 hits, and then you get your 5+ defense roll. And you cancel the crit at least, but then you're gonna take 6 damage, because it's 2, 3, no, it's 3, 4 actually. You take 9 damage and just get obliterated. A second kill for him.
Clubby, who is dead.
So we flip again.
Yep. Punchy.
All right, he gets to move 3. He can see the Ogre, so he's gonna move towards the Ogre.
Yep.
One more.
He's going to be able to...
And he's going to be able to fight now because he's adjacent.
Yep.
So it's going to be a fight against the Guard Vet.
Yep, and that's 4 attacks on a 4+.
And then 3 attacks on 4s. Oh my god, okay. So you can hit me for 2. So I'm going to go down to 5 now. And then I'm going to parry yours, so you don't get your last attack. Okay. And then I'm going to crit you for 3. So he'll take 3 at the bottom of that and have 5 left.
Okay, well, I think it's going to be an operative. What would make the most sense is...
to flame the crap out of that
guy
and kill the one behind him too.
Yeah, just...
that'll end the room.
Hope for the best there. So the Flamer has 5 attacks.
It does. And this will give you 2 kills now.
Yep. And then we'll roll... Ooh, not great. So it's still... No crits, though. I want those critties.
That's true, yeah. You're still going to do 1... As long as you get all 5 hits, though, you kill this guy, because he only needs 3 damage to die.
Yes.
So on 5s, he cancels 1. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 to this guy. Or sorry, 3, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8 to him, and he'll die. And then 4 more damage to him, and he'll die too, because he's adjacent because of the blast. In the room, because the victory condition for the first room was kill all the Poxwalkers. So what happens now is we set up the next room, and we go to round 2. This is the traversal part. Emerging into a deeper section of the Manufactorum, the kill team continues to fight through streams of Poxwalkers. They soon discover the presence of the Mobian 6 heretical elements, whom the Poxwalkers strangely ignore. The traitors must be orchestrating the tide of rotting filth somehow, and the agent's priorities quickly switch to the traitors' elimination. So tide of Poxwalkers, each time you recreate the activation deck, set of 1 Poxwalker operative on a purple hex, unless it's occupied or there's already 6. If you do so, add that operative's activation card to the deck. So everybody else doesn't come back, just the Poxwalkers do. On complete, you set up a new round. That means you follow the round 2 mission map, and you can see here we've got new pieces of terrain, such as the obstructed hexes. So those hexes will cause cover, and cover will, it's almost exactly like in Kill Team. The very difference for cover in this game is that when you roll your defense dice, one's automatically a critical success instead of a regular success. So if these guys would roll 3 dice on 5s, they would roll 2 dice on 5s instead, and 1 would automatically be a critical success. I'm a little more robust and smart. So our starting hexes are these 5 right here. There are missions that require a 5th model. That's the Servo Skull, but we don't have to worry about him. I'm going to convert one though, because I feel like we're going to do a lot of like role playing of this. I'm going to drop my veteran. I'm thinking here. You want to put a model down?
Sure. Put a
Zealot.
The Flame Sister here.
Okay, I'm going to throw down my... Just gonna go side by side.
Okay.
Put down my Psyker.
Boys on one side, gals on the other.
That's what we're doing. And you've got the shuffle activation deck and
Yes.
flip for seeing who's going first.
I believe this is the activation deck. It is. And we are going with the chain first.
In the back. So 1, 2, 3 towards the closest thing you can see because of the threat principle. And then next flip.
Mobian Dark Trooper number 1.
One's over here. He's got no line of fire. So that means his threat principle is going to be shoot and pass, normal move and shoot, or normal move and dash. So he's going to make a move and shoot. He's going to try and stay in cover. So he's going to go 1 when he moves because that's the way that smart AIs work. He's going to shoot the Zealot because it's out of cover. So his last gun is 4 dice, 2, 3, on 4+. So he's going to get 2 hits, and then you get to roll your defense dice, also on 4s, and cancel them both. So 1, 2 successes, 1, 2 successes, no damage. So it's whoever we want. Well, I could use my Psyker, move into cover, and drag both those guys next to adjacent hastes so that you could flame the hell out of them.
I think that's the play.
Does that feel like a play?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I only have actually have any range I want on this. And you can draw a line of sight through these, but they provide cover. So I think I'm just gonna do that because it counts as a gun. And I'll just move first, fine. I'll dash, and then I'll take a shot into him because he'll be easier to move. Splash damage doesn't care about cover, so this feels like the right way to do this. So I'm gonna use Surge. It's 4 dice on 3s, 3, 4 damage. So I'm gonna get 2 hits and a crit, and then you get your 3 defense dice on 5s for that Mobius Trooper. Oh my god, okay, well, at least I did 1 damage, so it's gonna be 2 damage to him. But the important thing is I push him into adjacent hex over here with Surge. 3 damage actually, because it's 3, 4. I forgot how much damage that thing does. Psych powers are crazy. Flip. All right, so the axe guy, and he can see nothing through that hex, so he's just gonna come towards the geographically closest one. What's up? That's Darktide Trooper number 2. And number 2 is right here. Oh, no, that's the Grenade Trooper. Number 2 is right here.
Yes.
No line of fire, because if you split the middle of the hex, you can't see. So he's gonna make a dash, I think, or a move probably to see somebody. You're the closest, so you have the threat principle. So that's going to be to here, even though he's out of cover now.
Yep.
I'll take a shot. It's going to be for the Mobian Trooper 4 on 4s. Okay. I get 3 on 4s for my Trooper. But I can re-roll 1 with my multi-layer flak.
Okay. I will be the bad guy. 3
hits. I got a crit and a success. So I'm going to take 1 level of damage, which on a las gun is 2. I had 6 left. I'm down to 4. I might need your stim pack there, Ogren. All right, next flip. Who's going? All right, is it flame on before they get to move? Because the grenade launcher might get to move otherwise.
Flame on is the Zealot upgrade Pyromaniac.
Yep.
The target can be no more than 4 hexes from this operative.
Okay.
So I have to take a step forward and then I can flame.
Dash and flame?
Yep. So I will then flame this guy. That is going to be 5 dice on 2s.
Now your option is you could do that. If you get 5 hits, you'll kill him, and you could just straight up kill this guy too.
Yes.
So you could still, you're still within 1, 2, 3, 4, so you could kill either. I don't know. Will blocking 1 stop him from dying with hits? Probably not.
5 dice.
And you are hitting on 5 dice, right?
Yeah.
So as long as if he retains 1 and doesn't get any more successes, you kill both of them instantly.
All right. So we'll just we'll try to flame the guy in cover.
Go for it.
All right.
Does it ignore cover? Does it have a rule where it ignores cover? I feel like it should. Ignore cover? That's fair. So 2s. All of them. There you go. All right, so retaining 1 as a crit and failing both die. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 damage on the base one, halved to 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other one. Actually, it doesn't quite kill him.
Because
so
they
have 1
left. They have 7 as troopers.
Oh, they do? Okay, so they both die. Perfect. Whoosh. It's not quite as exciting. So the flamer gets 2 kills.
Oh, yep.
And she goes to 4. Flip.
Kill team operative.
All right, I think I'm gonna go, because I can actually shoot both of these guys with my Fusillade, as long as the second target's within 4, and he is. So I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna start blasting. So my hotshot volley gun has 5 shots into the guy in cover, and I'm gonna hope the same principle as your flamer applies here. I hit on 3s. That wasn't quite as good. I hit 3 times. So 1 critical success, and you get to roll 2 on 5s. So 2 go away, but he still takes 3 damage. I get to do it again against the guy out of cover. And that's better. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Blocks 1, so 3 hits is 9 damage.
That'll kill him.
And that guy just explodes. 3 kills. And then who's next? The last Mobius Darktide Trooper number 3, which is this guy right here. He's just going to stand still and shoot because he's happy he's in cover. So he can just see me. I'm the closest threat target.
And he's four
dice on 4.
Can I get one more die?
You got it.
Thank you, sir.
I'll just keep migrating over here. 0.
0. It's cool. Great.
Cool. And then he passes. It's probably down a little bit from the explosion of guns that just came at him. And then you get to flip again. It's looking like it's hammer time. So he's going to move geographically fastest. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then we flip again for the last operative.
Dr. Mr. the Ogren. I think you could... I don't need the stim yet, man. I got 4 left. I'm all right.
Yeah, you're fine. We can try to blast away on that guy.
Swing away, Meryl.
On a
4+.
4 up, range 4.
Really big bullets. 2. And then 3 on 5s. Block 1. So how much damage is that?
It is 4 damage per.
So he's almost dead. 3 and then 1. And then second action.
Probably.
There will be a couple more Poxwalkers arriving. You could run forward, yeah?
Yeah, probably run forward just to block as a tank.
Oh, because you can eat the damage then.
Yep.
That's right, yeah, for somebody that's next to you. Right, then keep flipping.
Dead. Oh.
Dead, yep, gone. Doesn't come back either.
And then...
Bad arms.
Yep. So he can see this guy and he'll just go 1, 2, 3.
And then pass. Right, so that's the battle phase over for this activation deck. So then we remove anybody who's died. All the Mobius troopers except for 3. 3 is still alive. We did a real number on the local militia. It's real like payday energy where you just show up and a bunch of people just get murdered. But there's still endless zombies coming back. We do get to place another Poxwalker in the deck though.
I did that and it's here.
And then throw one right there, yeah. Going first, new round. It's us first.
One of us.
I'm going to take the lead on this one with my veteran because I feel like this will help me stay alive. I'm going to try and blast this guy and finish him off on 5 dice. On 3s. There we go. So 1 auto crit and 2 on 5s. How dare you shoot me? He's just gone. Put me at 4 kills. Another action, so I'm gonna go cower next to this guy, 1, 2, 3, so that I can get him to take hits for me if someone attacks me. Stacking like a SWAT team going into this hallway. Who's next?
Yeah, next turn, one of us. I feel like it's a great time to
fight, then shoot. Stab and shoot. Yeah, you are known for your stabbing guy with the bayonet, lifting him in the air, and then blowing his body up.
All right. So here comes the. So we'll do the stab first. Oversized bayonet on a 3+. 2 success and a crit.
So you apply the crit first, and then,
which kills.
Which just immediately kills that guy. And now you can make a shoot action if you want.
Is another 4 on a 4+ into that guy.
It's a hammerman over there.
2 crits.
God. Okay.
And then a success.
So a crit goes away, but you do a crit and a hit.
Yep. So that'll be 9 damage, and then I'll kill another one.
Also, just evaporates. Successful 2 actions for him.
Yep. So he's up to 4 murders. He
sure is getting 2 per round. My Psyker's not doing great. Everybody else is at 4.
She's a support gal. She's just into for morals.
She's just waiting for people to clump together.
Oh yeah. Dark Trooper 3, he's dead.
Gone. All the Dark Troopers are gone.
Another one of us.
Oh man. Okay. I feel like it's not opportune for either of us to go right now. So I'm just gonna move into like a good supporting position.
You could get into range.
I need line of sight. I have range. It's more line of sight than here's what I'm
by getting like there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. But I'm gonna go this way so it doesn't cost me 2 to go through. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to try and do surge on this fella because I can pull him in so that you can maybe blast him if you get to go. He's already gone, right? So.
Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to see him either way.
Well, you gotta move first. Who knows? I've got 4 dice for surge. Yep, 4 on 3s, doing 3, 4 damage. That's a crit and a hit. And then you get 3 on 5s, or the bad guy does. So the crit lands, and that'll be 4 damage. And then I'll pull him into their mashed together range. Next, be you. Nope, it's
guy in the back.
1, 2, 3. Then it's
Punchy.
Punchy. I think he's gonna come towards me.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna punch my Psyker.
The most threat.
However, you can bodyguard, I think?
Shooting. It swapped those operatives around, and this operative becomes the target.
So now the Ogren gets to fight instead.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why we all stand around the Ogren. This was a great first pull for an ability. So I'll roll for the Poxwalker against your Ogren. So 4 dice on 4s. That'll be 2 hits.
And then
1.
Ooh,
so
1.
You're gonna take a hit and you can just cancel to take no damage.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay. 2 damage, yep. And that guy's activated. So next on the agenda.
Next on the agenda is
excellent. So he's gonna move 1, 2, 3 into him.
Yep.
And now we get to Flamer Town.
That's the one I blasted with my psych power as
Yes,
well.
sorry.
That's okay.
So that one will be attacking
The Ogre.
The Ogre. So you roll for him. Ooh.
I think as long as you land a hit here, I don't think it matters. You sure do. So you get crit for 3, but then you just immediately obliterate him for 5 damage because you only got 4 on him. You roll over to 5 kills as the Ogre just leads the way through this. The next up will be probably someone who's dead. Yep. And then you. So you get to go with your Flamer.
Yep. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3. Flame.
2+ on 5 dice. Oh no, so 3 hits, and then back at it, blocks nothing, so 6 damage, he'll have 2 left. So that is, I think, the last card in the activation deck, which is Hammerman who died, and we're done another round. Comes back on in the spawn point.
And we'll get rid of Grenade Guy.
All the Dark Troopers are dead. 3 Poxwalkers left to finish off, and this feels like, hopefully they go first and come towards us, and we can just explode them.
That would be
Next up, it's Poxwalker with, oh, perfect. 1, 2, 3, and done. Clump up, boys. Yeah, we did.
All right.
So he's going to fight probably... It doesn't matter because you're going to redirect it onto the Ogre.
Yep.
And immediately kill him. So the Poxwalker fights for 4 dice and 4s. 2 hits. A crit. So yeah, so you get hit for 2 again, and then immediately explode him with your bayonet. Next. All right, so it's an operative. So we can choose how we want to do this. I feel like if we just deal with 1, he can probably finish this last one off at range. Or do I? I've got no kills right now in the Psyker, so it's kind of irrelevant. You might as well go for the glory there on the Zealot. Flame on 2s.
Flame on.
Flame on.
We got 2.
5 on 2s, yep. That's better.
4.
And then 3 on 5s. Block 1, so 3 damage, so 6. He's got 2 left. You got an action still. You could move. You could do all kinds of things.
I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 to try to make it so that there is a closer target for this one to pull them that direction.
Sweet. So that's activated.
One of us.
Us again. I guess the Ogre could just finish that guy off. Also go and blast. Actually, yeah, I'll go with my Psyker and blast. I think I don't need the kills. This is the only reason I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to do Vortex. 5 dice on... no, I like the higher base damage. I'm going to do Surge. So 4 dice on 3s. 3, 4 damage with the move. That's going to be 1, 2, and a crit. Oh, sure, but you can't block the crit.
Yep.
So you're going to take 2 damage or 3 damage, that'll kill him. You didn't find any 2 hits block a crit things in this. You had to roll crits to stop critical damage. So then I'm done with that part. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to get out of the way with my second action. And then come closer so I can kill you. There you go.
There you go. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Stop. Probably someone who's dead.
Nope.
Or us. Do you want to take this kill or do you want me to take it?
Yeah, I got enough.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. And then shoot with my hotshot volume. 5 dice on 3s. Come on, vet. Sure, just 2 hits. I think you might end up finishing this guy off anyway. So 6 damage, but he's got 2 left. Just the Ogre.
Yep.
Takes a step, goes 1, 2, 3, and then finishes off. No, you stay behind. you let me kill. On 4s?
That crit will do.
Okay, I'm gonna probably finish him off. Oh no!
Oh!
Blocks it all. I'm doing another round, another zombie showed up. So chain zombie shows back up, and we've pushed into the room. I like how we're like breaching. There's like big double doors down here. I think it would be cool to make physical terrain for this game. I really want to make like little walls. Actually, you know what would be perfect for this is the Aquila strong point. Those little hex size ones.
Yes.
Would be absolutely perfect for this. And then making bits and pieces of like the junk from
Kill Team and
the Kill Team. No, the one with all the pipeline stuff. There's perfect little pieces to cover those up with. Nathan Forge stuff, yeah. Okay. Either of us can do this. This is your call.
I feel like you should try to get a couple more kills in the mix.
It doesn't matter because it's whoever has the most at the end of this.
Oh, true, true.
Like, once you're ahead of me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go with the Psyker then. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to blast.
This guy?
Yep, in the back because I might finish you off and get a couple extra kills. So Surge is going to be 4 dice on 3s. So 1, 2, 3 hits. If you don't block any of these, you die. Yeah, you die. 9 damage. Just 3, 4 damage. 2 kills, as long as it's another operative next, which it is.
Ogre.
Sure. Go for it. 4 dice on 4s.
Oh
my god. You can't even fight again because you can't move. Move out of the way so that I can now do my thing. Make yourself, yeah, if you make yourself closest, this way at least it comes after you. All right, next flip. It's gonna be him. We can choose which way it goes. So go towards the arrow. And then it fights on 4 dice on a 4+. 1 crit and 2 hits. Just hit it all. You did.
Yep.
So it hits you for a crit for 3 damage, but then you obliterate it. That'll end the round. You get another kill on the Ogren. So we pull our operatives again, and then we get set up for round 3, and this is the final round of the mission. All right, so round 3, countless poxwalkers have been put down. Some agents are convinced they have killed the same individual creature more than once, but ammo is getting low. If the kill team can eliminate the traitor's command structure within the Manufactorum, the remaining poxwalkers may become directionless and easy to destroy. So you have to kill all the operatives again. Notice there's no spawn point in this one, but we're already kind of ground down. Like I've got 4 wounds left on the veteran. You've got what?
5 on the Ogren.
On the Ogren. We do have a Rejuvenate thing that we can bring ourselves back to life with, though. We have Irascible Grasp in this one. Each time a Poxwalker operative fights in combat, reroll 1 failed hit. And then with the Mobian Commsman in here, he has Coordinator. As long as he's alive, all the Mobian models reroll a single defense dice when they shoot. With them, they're harder to kill. And then it's a round objective, eliminate all the poxwalkers. We got to kill everybody in the kill zone. So our deployment's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across here. Then we can start deploying. No respawning bad guys in this one. It's just put the rest of them down and hopefully don't die. We're just going to buddy up here, buddy.
Yep.
Feeling like that's the right thing to do.
I'll take over here so you can put your other buddy there.
Yeah, we'll go to the flank. Okay, so building the deck once again. Who is our first activation?
Our first activation is Hammer Time.
Hammerman. And he's going to move 3s right back
or
here.
Axeman.
Axeman?
Yeah.
So going closest threat. What's up?
Club guy who is sword guy in this.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Then one of us.
Okay, so none of us are really close enough to really kill somebody. I do feel like what I want to do is try and pull someone out of cover, though. Or kill someone super dangerous. Because there is the gunner on this table, and the flamer is just as dangerous as yours. Although it only hits on 3s instead of 2s. That being said, I could... He's already activated, and I can see him. So I think I just try and... I'm not within 4, though, is the problem. I think I just try to kill him before he shoots one of us. I'm going to move. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to get into cover. And I don't think I have line of sight to this guy anymore. No, because it's going to be blocked by a red hex going through the middle. So I'm going to shoot this poxwalker. I also don't have line of fire to him without it touching that red hex either. Okay. So let's do the poxwalker. 5 dice on 3s. That's going to be 2 crits and a hit. And he's in the open, so 5s. No cover. Blocks a hit. That's still going to be 10 damage.
Yep.
Sorry, 8 damage, sorry, because it's 2 4+. And I get to go to 5 kills. You.
All right, we flip. Trooper 1.
I should mark him as activated now. So Trooper 1
is this one.
Yep.
He is able. He
can't see anybody.
He can't see anybody. No, so he's got to move.
He'll have to move. Yeah, he'll have to go towards. But it's gonna be 1, 2 to come out.
Yeah, 1, 2, and then 3. But then he still.
He can see the Ogre, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he can't see through this. But
it can't. It doesn't go through the middle of the red.
You can't. Yeah.
You can see this guy.
Oh, he can't see this guy.
Yeah, he can see my guy. So shoot my guy in cover. It happened. It's a las gun. It's 4 shots on 4s. I auto crit one of my successes. So I'll cancel that, and then 2 more. I just cancel everything.
Now hammer time.
Now hammer time. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, clump up for us, guys.
Followed by one of us.
One of us. So, I don't think anybody's super in range for a blast attack. Oh no, my vortex can do it. I could definitely kill something that's in blast range. I could move to here and blast these 2 who haven't even activated yet. Let's do it. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3 because she needs to get some kills here. And we're gonna attack him in the open and do the blast. Half damage to anyone adjacent, but this thing does 2 4 damage, and it's 5 dice hitting on 3s. So 5 dice. Oh geez, I just lost one. So it's gonna be a crit and 3 hits. Finish that poxwalker on 5s. 1s. The crit goes away. So he's going to take 6 damage, and then he's going to take 3 damage, yeah. It doesn't matter for cover because they're not in the hex.
Yep.
That looks like my activation, so my little, where's my little thing gone?
I just put one down.
Okay, they're disappearing onto the table. Next flip.
Clubby.
Clubman, who is here. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then stop. Get in Flamer Town.
Commsman.
All right, so the Commsman can see my Psyker now, so he'll just take a shot. He'll pass and shoot. So 4 dice on 4s.
Ooh. 4 dice on the 4s will be Well, you should have 3.
I should have 3 dice.
Yep. Not that it matters because I completely missed.
Because you completely missed, yes. But I had a crit and a save. And then he's finished, so next one up.
One of us. So it's one of my 2 guys.
It is. I go down to Ogre Town.
I think we got to go to Ogre Town, and
You could definitely finish that trooper with the rifle there.
Yeah, so I think we just go 1, 2. We want to end up here. We just want to punch him.
Sure, go for
We just
it.
want to punch him to death.
Do it.
Attacks on 3s.
That's a lot.
Yep.
And then he's going to attack back. The Mobian trooper has 3 attacks on 4s. So you're going to do a crit, which is 5 damage.
Yep.
Then he's going to do a crit to you, which is 3 damage.
Yep.
Uh-oh. And then you're going to hit him, and he'll die.
Yep.
He only has 7 health. It's like explodes. Right now,
Well, as I'm going to use the
combat stims
yeah.
to get an extra action. And
So I
then
get an
stim
extra
pack.
action, and then I can heal myself.
Yep. So you flip both your equipment cards, and you just jack yourself full of go juice.
Yeah.
And you get 6 back. So that's going to put you at 8. In the last moments, he just like fully goes war boy and sprays his mouth with silver spray paint. All right, next activation.
Grenade, Poxwalker.
Yeah, so dude over...
He died? He died.
He died. We killed him. And then Mittens, I guess. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, because you're the biggest threat.
Yep. Followed by Dark Trooper Dose.
This guy back here. So you'd be the... Actually, I think it's this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that'll be 1, and then shoot the ogre. It's on 4s again for the trooper. Oh dear, okay, that's a lot. And then you get to block 1 of those, and you'll take 6 damage.
Ooh, back down to 2.
Back down to 2, yeah. Bullet magnet in this case. Next up.
All right.
Who's activated?
It is the Flamer.
Okay, well again, your ogre is closest. Oh no, actually it's the flamer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's equal. Let's choose this one, because we have to decide.
So there is a threat level in the book that says the thing that has the most health
Which would
is
be
the
you.
target.
There you go. The purpose. So normally it would always be the ogre, as long as he's not super wounded.
I think it has range 4, so it's got to go one more.
One more step, yeah, and then fire. Flamer is on 3s with 5 dice. So 5 on 3s. There you go. Only 1 hit, and then you get to just roll any 4 plus.
Oh yeah.
Block it. Fight someone made from fire with fire. That doesn't make any sense.
Finally, the last card is
We have
me.
a fight. We have a firefight.
Yep, firefight. So we're immediately flaming back.
On 2s.
Ooh.
All right, so they get to reroll 1 of these. So reroll 1 of these. So blocks a hit, but you do 2 crits and 2 hits.
Yeah, so that's gonna melt.
That's 6, 10 damage.
Yep.
You're killing your zealot. All right, I think that's a new activation phase. So we flip all our activation markers and see who's going first. Kind of hanging on with the ogre here. We might lose somebody. I was curious to see if we lose somebody or not, but the veteran and the ogre are both in rough shape right now. What's up? All right, activation for the nation. Who is going to go first for us? With the blast ability, I could almost definitely kill these 2 with my
Psyker.
Psyker, which I feel like is the play. You could also definitely kill those 2 with her. As long as you didn't miss, this guy would just melt.
Yeah, let's do Flame Girl.
Okay, go for it.
So if we do 1, 2, 3, that puts me in 4 hexes of both of them.
The unwounded one, which is the important one.
Yep, and then we get our 5 dice on 2s.
Just only 1s.
No 1s, and a crit.
Okay. It blocks 1 of them, but that's still going to be 2, 4, 6, 9. And then the other one's going to take 4, though, and just be alive with 1 health left. So you get another kill, and this one's going to have 7 damage on it. Or you cancel a crit with a crit. That's right, yeah. So it would have been 8, not 9, but it's still exactly enough to kill.
Yeah.
Next up, who's going for the
One of us.
big guys? One of us again. Okay. All right, I got to play here. I'm going to go with my guard veteran. I'm going to go 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, 3 to get out of the cover hex. And then I'm going to shoot him. Actually, I'm going to shoot him way back there, because I want to kill these bad guys before they kill us. So my hotshot volley gun, again, has 5 dice on 3s. So I'm going to get 4 hits, and it's back on 5s, but you get to reroll one of these because the Cosman's alive. So reroll 1. So that's still 9 damage with that cancellation.
That'll
So
kill
just
it.
blast that guy. It's me another kill with the veteran.
Tied up with the
Back to
ogre.
you. That's it. Trying to. We're doing the Legolas and Gimli thing here right now.
Oh yeah.
Axe Bro. So moving towards the zealot will be 1, 2, 3, clumping up decently.
Followed by Darktide Mobian, who's dead.
Who's super dead.
So we'll get rid of that card.
Yep.
We got Club Guy, who's
Swordman?
sword guy in this.
So again, going 1, 2, 3. Yeah, clump up. Let's do it. This is perfect. This is just what we want.
And then one of us.
All right, I'm just gonna finish all of this off, I think.
Please do.
Target the, it actually doesn't matter which one I target. I'll target him. Neither one's in cover. Last one, so it's 5 dice on 3s. How about 4 and a 3 and a crit. Blocks 1, it's not a Mobius Trooper.
Yeah, so it doesn't get to reroll.
So it's just gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then half just kills the other one. So it's 2 more kills. We go to 6 with the Psyker. 6, 6, 6. We've tied everything up. 666. She still gets to do something, so she's gonna take a walk and go 1, 2, 1, 2, I think to there. Let's be done. Leaving the commander for last in the back there. The comms will be left to tell the story.
Well, we got Mittens, as you said.
Yeah, Mittens is dead.
Who is dead,
He's
so we'll
super
get rid of
dead.
that card.
We just killed 4 guys in a row, so this is getting rough for the pocket.
Club guy's gone.
Also dead.
Ogren.
All right, which one, Ogren?
So Ogren's got a range of 4. He's going to have to move a little bit, and I am worried about him dying. This could very well suck. So he'll just go just 1. He'll do his little.
So he can't get. Actually, I would go 1, 2, because then this guy can't see you,
Oh yes, yes,
Right.
yes. 1, 2.
and then these guys cannot quite get to you either. One's gonna die.
Yeah, yeah, that one's going to die hopefully. So we're going to shoot that one.
Yep. 4 dice on 4s. The Samaritan here is not a very good shot, but I shoot really big bullets.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's that. Oh right, it's my 3 dice. So 3 dice back. It cancels 1, and that's it. So it takes a crit for 5.
Well, wouldn't it cancel? Oh, because it's
Shooting,
5,
right?
Yeah.
So it just cancels 1 for 5, and it's 3 left. Next up.
Hammer time.
Hammer time, so he won't reach you. 1, 2, 3.
Followed by the last leg of the commander.
And so he's gonna take a shot probably at my Psyker. And I am adjacent to the cover hex, so I am gonna get cover this time. And it's gonna shoot me 4 times on 4s. Cosman with his last gun, 3 hits. Sorry, I went roll 2 dice because I cancel 1. So I'm gonna cancel
All of them.
everything. And that's a new round. So once again, we remove our activation markers and flip it back over. And that guy, yep.
All right.
First activation.
One of us.
Okay. This doesn't work for, unfortunately, me, because I could probably kill both of these if you weren't in the way. So I say you just go first.
Okay. I think we're going to have to shoot with the Ogren
Go for
at the guy that's there, and then we're going to run away.
And then beef it, yep.
Where's the dice? They're all in your
the
hand.
dice. All the dice are right here.
That makes sense. All right, here comes our to hit on a 4+.
3?
Yep.
And then I need,
you need
2 more dice on 5s.
Oh, never mind.
Cancel 2. So you still, no, you still do
4
damage. So you got 4 left. And then just hope he doesn't go next. Next flip.
The commsman.
He's
So
gonna shoot at the whatchamacallit again, the Psyker.
how many dice do you have?
4.
You should have, because I'm rolling for him, right?
You're rolling for him, so you should have 4. I should have 2 because I'm going to retain one as a
Yes.
as a crit.
So 1 hit.
I canceled the base
Yep.
one, but I get 2 more saves. What's up?
Balls.
Uh-oh.
Step.
1.
Smash.
And then you get smashed. Yep. So this is 4 dice on 4s. If any of these land, I think you go out. It
Unless I parry. No, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter because they apply their dice first.
Yeah. Ooh, he's down.
I have bad news. Yeah, I think the Ogren's down. So that's going to be a crit. It doesn't matter what you roll now because it applies its dice before you. The Zealot could have actually tanked this. So now we're on to the next flip.
Yeah. Kill team operative.
I think if I go with the...
Could you shoot?
I don't think I can see the other one because I think models block line of sight. So I can't see through this because it's a block text.
Yes, it is.
So I could kill him, but then I won't be within 1, 2, 3, 4 to kill him afterwards in my rapid fire. Could do though is shoot the commsman, then shoot him. That's what I will do. So the hotshot volley gun into the commsman first from way far away, from way downtown, on 3s. That's gonna be, and it retains 1 because it's in cover, so it's gonna have a crit, and then 2 rolls on 5s. So it cancels 2 of these. It takes 3 damage. It can re-roll. It doesn't pass because it gets its own ability. And then I can shoot this one up close with my rapid fire. What is it? Battlefield Savvy? No.
Fusillade.
Fusillade on 3s. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. So it takes 9.
It's dead.
And just explodes. With him at 7. Again.
One of us, probably.
Flame Lady?
Yeah, Flame Lady. We got to step forward.
and then flip on.
Yep.
So 5 dice on 2s. If it takes any damage, really, it dies. It's got 5 on it right now. So 4, it blocks 2, but then it's going to take 4 damage.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's another kill for your zealot. And so, second last flip, I think we're just going to have a Poxwalker and a thing. So we'll Hadouken with a Vortex. 4 dice on 3+. 1, 2.
And then 1 auto, and then nothing.
So it rerolls 1 though, because of the constant ability.
Ooh.
So 2, so nothing. She still has an action left, so she's just going to move. I think she has all of her health. Nope, she got all of her health. So she's just going to go 1, 2, 3 and get closer.
Just about one guy.
This is the last of the things. So we've got the Ogren down, unfortunately. We're about to fight the final boss. Activation for, what is it, agent card out, and then it's just the Cosman and the three of us left. Flipping these, it's fine. Just deal them out in a pile and mix them up. It's hard to shuffle 3 cards, 4 cards. I feel like we should sleeve all of these.
Yes.
All right, first one, probably one of us. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna go with Psyker again. She's gonna keep force lightning that guy. Oh, I should have pulled him out of cover. Because I could. Oh, I didn't do any damage. If I don't inflict damage, if you retain any hits. Oh, no, actually, it doesn't even matter if I do damage on this one. I just retain hits. It's only the blast that requires me to do damage. So I'll try again. How about a crit and 3 hits this time?
And then see if they block any. 1.
Reroll 1.
Oh, yes. Block 2.
So blocking 2. So it's still a crit and a hit, though. And for Vortex. Oh, no, I didn't do Vortex. I did Vortex. It's going to be 6 damage. So that'll just kill.
Gotta kill it.
We'll end the mission. All right, so at the end of it all, I got 7 and 7 for the Psyker and the Veteran. And we get to rank everybody. So basically, I get to choose who's first and second. You're going to get to choose who's third and fourth. For
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life.
Last of the pack.
But you also heal D6 plus 5 for our next mission on the Ogren. Because he goes back into space and recuperates.
Oh.
So you get 6 health back. So he's going to start the next mission with 6 health. Now, that means that my Veteran I'll make first. He's going to deal himself 2 equipment cards and 2 upgrade cards, and then pick 1. So I've got Experienced Eye. While this operative is making a shooting attack, if you retain any criticals, roll 1 less defense dice for the target operative. Holy crap, I love that. And then Veteran Upgrade Combat Drill. Once per battle phase, the operative can perform the following action. Select one of the friendly kill team operative that's in line of sight in 4 hexes. They can make a free action.
Both of those are great.
Amazing. Okay. Then I'm going to Laser Sight. While this operative is making a shooting attack with a ranged weapon not on its data card, against a DARKTIDE operative within 4 hexes. In the roll attack dice step, you can reroll 1 of its attack dice. The Zealot operative cannot have this equipment card. That's very funny. It doesn't have a laser sight. And then Telescopic Sight. While this operative is making a shooting attack with a ranged weapon and its data card, it gains from the equipment or upgrade cards against the DARKTIDE operative more than 3 hexes from it. Its attack dice results of 5 or 6 are critical hits. Oh, man. So the Zealot doesn't get this, but I can have 5 6s or crits when I'm shooting far away. I can reroll attack dice if it's within 4. Both of these are awesome. Like, both of these together would be amazing. And then Combat Drill, free action feels amazing. As it trades an action. And then Experienced Eye is just reduce your defense dice. I think that's the best one. Honestly, just stripping you down to 2 defense dice feels huge. So I'm going to keep this one, and we'll put the rest of them back in. I love those equipment cards, though. Oh my god, I wish I could keep everything. And then I'm going to do 2 upgrades, and you want to shuffle the equipment again, and 1 equipment card from...
Equipment's over there.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So put those back in the equipment deck and give it a shuffle. 2 Psyker cards, so I've got Shroud. If an operative has the Shroud token, remove it. Select a kill team operative in line of sight. While this operative has a Shroud token, it's not a valid target for shooting attacks unless it's adjacent. If the operative with Shroud token performs any actions other than pass, remove the Shroud token. So I can make somebody invisible, or Smite, 4 dice, 3+3, 5 damage with lethal 5+, 5s and 6s are crits. Yeah, I'm taking that. That's amazing. See what equipment card I get. Disruptor Generator. While this operative is fighting in combat, its attack dice of 5s and 6 are crits. Yeah, I'm not a melee guy, so I'll put that back in. Like Ogre and higher, so he gets to draw 2 cards total from either of the piles.
So Fired Up is actually great.
Okay.
It is a Ogre upgrade that each time this operative incapacitates a Darktide operative, remove 1 damage.
Oh, hell
so,
yeah.
So this could fix his things didn't go great.
Yeah, I dropped the equipment card thing.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything this last game, and then put that on him.
Absolutely. And then we'll also just go with
See what the equipment is,
equipment potential. So the Auspex, each time after you recreate the activation deck, if this operative is in the kill zone, you can draw D3 cards from the deck, look at them, and then return them to the top and or bottom of the deck in any order.
That's incredible.
This is required, absolutely.
But I think taking the you heal one is probably more required in the beginning. Though.
Yeah, so I would probably drop the combat sim and replace it with the Auspex.
Well, we're going to put all of our equipment in. You only get to keep one of those 2.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So, like, I think keeping the combat stim is also important.
Yeah, you're right.
And the healing on your own and the combat stim together means you can heal somebody else and you heal through killing. Because we saw that him being a damage sponge was a huge deal. He would have healed 6 damage over the course of the game and probably still been alive.
Yes.
1 card for the Zealots. So is it going to be equipment or a skill?
We're just going to do... I like probably equipment for this.
Cool.
Telescopic sight, can't have it. So
use it. That's it. So we just go into our equipment pile.
Yep.
So obviously I'm gonna restart this whole campaign with people, and we're gonna make our own characters. So we're gonna design our own miniatures, kit bash, convert. I'll paint up all the bad guys from this initial thing, and then we'll start like a fresh campaign pack. But what I would do is I would put all the equipment in a team pool, and then everybody keeps their upgrades, and we like negotiate for our equipment as we like start off the game to try and cooperatively win. Come and people go. So that feels like the place to end here. We've completed mission 1. There is 5 more missions to do, each with 3 acts, meaning that you get like tons of other layouts to do, and the rest of the bad guy models get incorporated as well. But this is, we'll talk about it in a second, but this is the core mechanics of the game, and the fact that there's carryover into the next mission gives you sort of that like incentive to keep playing. So there we go, a look at Darktide, I'm hoping first of many of these cooperative solo game experiences from Workshop that aren't like a Blackstone Fortress.
yeah.
Because what's cool about this was you and I got this on the table after an 8-hour day where both of our brains were melted, and we still figured out the rules in like half an hour.
Yeah.
And I want a rules-light experience like this that lets me play more creative Warhammer universe games more often without that competitive stress, and then I can just roll up to the table and play.
I think it's a great experience for sort of the more fun-seeking sort of Warhammer player, someone that wants to do it because they enjoy spending time with their friends, not seeking that meta sort of chasing environment, not that like tournament environment, which is fun in its own way, but is very different than probably the person that's really going to love this.
It's a big missing offer right now from Workshop's product line. Like there isn't really a on-ramp, relatively small, like overhead game experience that's set in the universe that anybody could approach. And we could literally anybody, I think, could play this game even with no Warhammer knowledge. It has enough board game DNA. It's a greatest hits rules wise of like Space Hulk, Blackstone Fortress, and Kill Team, but parsed in a way where there's actually not that much material. You have too much stuff in some cases. Like you have way too many wound counters. You have way too many like tiles for the terrain and stuff like that, which I definitely want to make physical assets for. But like you have more than enough stuff, and there's more than enough space in this game to do 2 things. Either just open it and play unpainted colored plastic, or make up your own stuff based on what comes in this box and do that full Darktide experience of like customization, make your own miniature, because it's all just classes, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that isn't in Games Workshop's product offer, I don't think, right now. It's a pseudo RPG cooperative you against the game thing that's low stakes from the point of view of like feeling competitive, and high reward from the point of view of like Cracker Jacks, where it's like, oh, we got cool shit and let's play this and have a good time and bring our own models.
And I think it'd be a great thing to sort of have as like a, not exactly, but like a lunch break style situation.
Yeah.
You want to knock out a third of one of the full missions that's 3 sort of scenes. You could do that really quickly
100%. Yep.
and have a lot of fun doing it, and just take a picture of your card before you put stuff away, and boom, you're ready for next time.
For the next game. Exactly. Yeah. And like for that whole like models first like Inquisitor 28 crowd, you have infinite like modeling opportunities here.
And I think that's the cool thing is if you want to make all your own characters, just do it. Like just because like it doesn't matter if you have like an eviscerator or if you have a chainsword and a flame pistol, like it's the same mechanically, right, in this game. We were talking earlier about using the inquisitorial kill team box, which would be really cool because you could convert pretty much an analog for all of the psyker, a veteran, and you could do the gunfighter as the veteran easily.
Absolutely.
Like dual las pistols and have it make just as much sense as having the guard veteran too.
Yeah.
Like those classes don't mean as much as whatever your visual wants to be for that.
And if you really loved the game and you loved some of the, skin wear you got, the shoulder pads, etc., you can find bits for Ogrins pretty quickly online and sort of slap those on.
You get the basis for whatever you want in here, and then just get parts to like zhuzh it up however you want.
Exactly.
And then I think it's also real easy to reskin. Like you could easily make this Termagants and Hormagaunts. You know what I mean? If you wanted to change to be Tyranids and just use the rules for that and have some kind of neuro bug for your comms guy, have like whatever you want. My big hope for this, I mean, I'm excited about it right now. I'm excited about talking about it. I feel like this is a great drop into the studio game. I have so many artsy Warhammer friends that don't have an outlet right now that are going to love this, where I'm like, yeah, make yourself a character of this. This is a shout out. If you're part of like the guest crew, if you're looking to come into GMG, I will be ready to play this at any time. I'm going to paint the bad guys. If they do any expansions for this, though, I will be extremely happy. Like, I do feel like this is going to be one of those times where they try and see how it's received. So I hope me kind of standing for it right now makes it more received, because I feel like this is a big hole in their product line that is like aimed at guys like me that want to paint cool miniatures and have a cool experience and have something light to do. But it's so easy to just do another deck of bad guys and bad guy models and then just throw that into the game. Like you can see this thing is designed to be expanded upon.
Absolutely. And like I haven't bought a Games Workshop product in probably about 6 to 8 months because nothing has really caught my eye. This has caught my eye to the point where it's like, this is worth, the investment to play something unique and new. And like I could get, as you said, non-Warhammer friends. I think this would be great for wives and girlfriends that have interest or boyfriends or husbands or whatever you got going on, and we can bring in. I think it would be great, just to sort of show off, hey, this is why I like this game, because there's sort of this amount of fighting for your characters. And you have some investment into it because it's like a light RPG. There's also the aspect of, if you're gonna have a game night, a hangout game night, if you've got one gaming table at home, someone's waiting to have a game. Like 2 people can play, but you can't have like your 3 buddies over and all play a game. There's no waiting for this. Everybody's playing against the game, so you can sit around the kitchen table and play this. This is a classic kitchen table game. Workshop needs more of those, because I feel like that adds back in that non-adversarial social component where you do a mission, you play 3 rounds of it, everyone's excited next week to either go and like make a new model to represent their character, or their character dies in game, so they just start over. Like there's a lot, I think, opportunity to have the players themselves embrace something like this and have their hobby become expressed by it. But at the same time, like I said, the on-ramp's really easy because you just have these miniatures that are ready to go out of the box too. So as much as you want to approach it, I think you can. And if you really had too many people, let's say you have 5, it's 1 to 4, the 5th person could just be the card management. I'm doing the flip. I'm then moving the
Inquisitor. I'm playing the Inquisitor. Play the bad guys.
There's a lot to move on that, and it can be kind of a little overwhelming if you're trying to do everything and film it. So I was getting a little lost at times.
You could easily have a Zargon in this. You could easily have the 5th player sit there and flip all the bad guys, and you just rule that guy makes the choice of is it left or is it right? Like if it's tied, there's always the choice of like, who do I go after? Because the threat rule is just whoever has the most health usually, but you could just have them be the arbitrator for that too. You
could make it very interesting by sort of incorporating, this could be a great teaching. You're the czar. You sort of to explain to people, hey, here's how you do it. And that would be a great way to get someone in. And then you can sort of, hey, why don't we try making your own character?
This is absolutely a game I'll play with the kids. Like this is easy enough to play with the kids. It's on a low shelf. I want more low shelf products. My hope is this gets followed up in White Dwarf. Give me more bad guys. Give me more missions. They did this with Space Hulk for years in the 90s, right? We get... and White Dwarf does cardboard every month now. So give me a new unit type of bad guys for the Darktide. Give me mission 6 or mission 7. Sorry. You know what I mean? Give me a final boss mission. Go buy this miniature. Here's the cards for it. Here's like the activation card. Here's the whatever card. All that would mean probably is you just need to sleeve everything and you're ready to rock and roll. Like
Chaos Spawn and good to go.
Because what other bad guys were in Darktide?
Chaos Spawn. There's a Plague Ogre. There
Beast
are... the Beasts of Nurgle are in there too. There's also possessed sort of demon hosts. That could be great. And I feel like they could push it a little bit and then bring back those push-fit Plague Marines.
Sure.
That's easy.
Yep.
Anything like that I think would be great.
Yeah. And then we've got more legs for this to go into the future to keep continuing the missions until somebody dies. Because I love the, like, disposable heroes, Suicide Squad, rejects version.
Yeah, dump them.
Analogy, this dump them and make a new character and then play. And hopefully, like I said, the biggest thing for this not succeeding, I feel like, will be not taking the opportunity to just make a bunch more things to add on to this to give us a reason to keep playing it. That was the problem you had with DARKTIDE, the video game, was it was the expansions were all commerce side and not more experience side. If Workshop just picks up the ball and goes, give me more missions to do and more things to do, and then new bad guys to go fight, this would be perfect. This would be the kind of product that I could see myself having just the best time with idiots in the studio, sitting in this room, even because you play it anywhere, and throwing down. So it is. Big thanks for watching. We'll be back with more GMG Let's Plays in the future, and this was obviously a big thanks to Workshop for sending this along early for me to check out. Thanks, Hamash.
I'm Travis.
Have a great one.